Field hockey is one of the most successful programs on Liberty University's campus. They're just 2 years removed from a run to the national championship game.
Liberty wins it!
But after the 2022 season, head coach Nikki Parsley-Blocker decided that despite all the success, something needed to change.
It really came out of the Sweet 16 game against Maryland. I think they had somewhere around 40 circle entries to our 8. There's still an athleticism gap between them and us. So my brain immediately went to work like, okay, is there a different way that we can defend that's gonna make us 1 or 2% better next year? So hopefully when we see, somebody like that again, it's a different story.
To find this different way of defending, she would look outside of her own sport, into the game of basketball.
Obviously, being around Liberty for a while now, you hear Coach McKay talk about the pack line. And then I started Googling it. I remember just sitting at my computer like, okay, what is this pack line? Really trying to get into the details of it. And that was one of the first things that, some random Google article said of, it really kind of helps you defend those really crafty, fast, speedy attackers that are going to be pretty difficult to defend in a 1v1 situation.
It was then that Coach Nikki would place a call to friend and Liberty basketball assistant coach, Joe Pierre.
She watches a lot of our games, and she wanted to, see how we play defense. And she just called me and was like, hey, can you explain how you guys do it?
I called Joe and was like, I literally need you to sit me down and teach me the pack line as if I was an incoming freshman in your program. So we just kind of started there and rolled with it.
On the defensive end, you have to know what you're willing to give up and what you're willing to give, because you can't defend everything in basketball. It's the same for field hockey. You have to know what kind of shots you're willing to give up and what kind that you aren't. If other team is trying to get the ball in the circle, because that's the only place that you can shoot from, how do we limit the ball getting inside the circle? That's kind of where we started. So trying to keep the ball out of the scoring zone, or in field hockey, out of the POMO, the position of maximum opportunity. Can you keep it out of that space to where they can't get a free shot?
No one else in the country, field hockey-wise, in the NCAA is going to be doing this. I really don't think.
And I know it feels really uncomfortable because we all pretty much play like a very responsible man, right?
Tactically, I think it challenged us, but that to me, that's the fun part. It was really fun to come up with all that stuff, and we're still trying to figure it out.
This morning is a test for pack line.
At the minimum, people are at least going to have to find new ways of solving the Liberty field hockey problem.
And it's all because of 2 coaching staffs from different sports that were willing to work together.
The fact that we can call up our men's basketball staff, and say, hey, will you take 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours out of your day or multiple days to teach me something, and the fact that they have the willingness and the selflessness to do it, I think that just speaks volumes for itself.
I think that's Liberty. Liberty is a place that's built different, on a mission that is training champions for Christ. We're always rooting for field hockey and football and women's tennis and everybody.
There's love, there's admiration, there's care, whether it's an Olympic sport, whether it's a revenue-generating sport, and I think it's amazing.